Hello everyone and welcome back. I hope you've all got your piece of food today because we're going to be doing our mindfulness activity with a piece of food. So if you haven't, pause it now and go and get one and then we'll do our activity. So with your piece of food, you're going to just look at it with all your senses. This is called mindfulness eating. So you're going to really look at it. Has it got any cracks? Does it look shiny if you have it in the light? Really have a really good look at all of it. Okay, next, you are going to have a listen. You can tap it, just make a noise. If you have got a raisin, if you squelch it really against your ear, you can actually hear it if you're really quiet. How does it feel? Does it feel soft? Does it feel smooth? Is there any ridges that are poking up? How does it feel in your fingers? Next, you're going to smell it. Ah, that's a nice smell. Have a nice sniff. What does it smell like? Is it nice? Next, put it on in between your lips, but don't bite it or eat it. Hold it there. Place it on your tongue, but don't bite it. When you are ready, you can chew it. Now that activity, that mindfulness activity, is showing us how we can use all of our senses to eat different bits of food and experience them. So, I'll finish my chocolate first. Because it is Easter this weekend, I thought I should do a story about the most famous egg in the whole world, probably. So this is called After the Fall, and it's by Dan Santat, and it's published by Anderson Press. Okay, and this is all about who sat on a wall famously. Humpty Dumpty. Humpty Dumpty sat on the wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. So we're going to learn all about that in this story. And it's about after he fell off the wall. And there's our wall there. Look. My name is Humpty Dumpty. This was my favourite spot, high up on the wall. I know, it's an odd place for an egg to be, but I loved being close to the birds. Then one day, I fell. I'm sort of famous for that part. Folks called it the Great Fall, which sounds a little grand. It was just an accident, but it changed my life. Fortunately, all the king's men managed to put me back together again. Well, most of me. There were some parts that couldn't be healed with bandages and glue. After that day, I became afraid of heights. I was so scared that it kept me from enjoying some of my favourite things. So he can't go up there and get his favourite cereal. I walked past the wall every day and I would think about climbing the ladder again. I really miss the birds and being high above the city. But I could never do it because I knew that accidents can happen. I eventually settled for watching the birds from the ground. It wasn't the same, but it was better than nothing. Then one day, an idea flew by. Making planes was harder than I thought. It was easy to get cuts and scratches, but day after day I kept trying and trying until I got it just right. My plane was perfect and it flew like nothing could stop it. I hadn't felt that happy in a long time. It wasn't the same as being up in the sky with the birds, but it was close enough. I was flew all the way around here. Unfortunately, accidents happen. They always do. It's flown up onto the wall. Will he go up there? I almost walked away again. But then I thought about all the time I'd spent working on my plane and all the other things I'd missed. I decided I was going to climb the wall. But the higher I got, the more nervous I felt. I didn't want to admit it. I was terrified. We could maybe use some of our mindfulness activities and techniques that we've been doing to calm him down. I didn't look up, I didn't look down, I just kept climbing, one step at a time. Until I was no longer afraid. There he is up on the wall. Maybe now you won't think of me as that egg who was famous for falling. Hopefully you'll remember me as the egg who got back up and learned how to fly. So that is the very famous egg, because at Easter we all eat lots of Easter eggs, don't we? So that's why I did that book today. Now for your activity with this book, you can do something called egg blowing. So I'll put a link in the description on Pinterest where you can find this egg blowing, and it's very, very delicate, and if you want to paint them, it is really delicate. Or you can do an Easter egg hunt, because I know eggs are a bit of a luxury at the moment, so it might be a bit easier to do an Easter egg hunt with chocolate eggs. But it's up to you. Now, because it is Easter weekend this weekend, I won't be doing a story on Friday or on Monday, but I will be back on Tuesday. So thank you for watching. Have a lovely Easter.